It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
When you try so hard, but you can't succeed. Apologies for ears, but unfortunately the game week hasn't been great. What's up guys, and welcome to FPL Today, and today we are doing the Game Week 38 Plus selection. And unfortunately before we do that, I do have to talk about how I did in Game Week 37, and let's be fair, I went for broke like I have done most of this project restart, and I haven't actually been that successful with the moves I've made. I seem to be making transfers to players after they've hauled, which unfortunately is me chasing points, I suppose, but I took risks. To me, if I don't finish in the top 100k, then I'm not really bothered where I finish. So I was pushing for that top 100k finish, and it has backfired. So let's have a look at the team, and as you can see, we did have a good performance from Trent Alexander-Arnold, but apart from him, that's probably the only performance that I'd actually write home about. We had Martinez and Egan getting 2 points. We had a lot of 1-pointers from Fernandes and Rashford and Mahrez. We even had a -1 from James Justin of Leicester City. Our strikers, Jimenez and Ings, did get returns, but it could have been a lot better for Ings, and Jimenez got the solitary return. And then we did have the triple captainship played on Martial, and he went and got 1 assist, which was triple to 15 points, which is only 2 more than Trent scored. And I could have triple captained Trent, but I was never going to do that, let's be fair. So it wasn't a great performance by the boys in this one. I went for Mahrez thinking he could be a bit of a differential, and he didn't start, and then of course he came on to block my Phil Foden points of 8 points, which would have come off the bench. To be fair, Kiko Firmino and Lascelles got 0 points each. Of course Lascelles didn't even play, but Kiko Firmino didn't get anything, and it was a really bad game week, in a game week where there were some big point scorers, and I just wasn't the recipient of any of those points. Unfortunately, that does mean for me that I have dropped to 302,787. I got 48 points, which is pretty poor when I played the triple captain, and I did take a -8, so that goes down to 40 points. Taking the minuses, taking the hits to try and rise my rank into that top 100k, and unless some sort of miracle happens in Game Week 38 Plus, it looks like this is going to be my worst season since 2014, which is saying something, but it is what it is. I suppose I can always put it down to the season that a global pandemic happened, but still it's a disappointing season overall, especially as the upward trajectory seemed to be in the second half of the season, and I was hoping to continue it all the way up to Game Week 38 Plus. But before we do go on to my Game Week 38 Plus team selection, if you are enjoying the content, please do consider liking the channel, subscribing, and hitting that notification bell, as well as in the comments down below letting me know what your best move was this season, because we are of course coming to the end of the season, and let's change it up in the comments a little bit, and I'll try to reply to as many comments as possible as soon as this video is uploaded to get those comments in. So the team selection going into Game Week 38 Plus, and we have Martinez in goal against Watford at home, Egan, Alexander-Arnold and Kiko Firmino against Southampton, Newcastle and Arsenal, all away fixtures. We also have Salah against Newcastle away with Alexander-Arnold. We have the Manchester United boys of Fernandes, Martial and Rashford against Leicester away. We have Mahrez and Foden against Norwich at home, and we have Ings against Sheffield United at home. We also have Jimenez on the bench against Chelsea away, Justin against Man United at home, and Lascelles of course still has that injury, and Button is not going to play. So we only actually have 2 playing substitutes, and to be honest, Jimenez probably is going to be transferred out. There's plenty of options that I could consider. Sterling is high in my thoughts because he might be trying to play for that golden boot. We also have the likes of Salah, Ings and Vardy all contending for that golden boot winner. Aubameyang potentially could even do something. So those are all players I'm considering. However, I think the romantic in me is most likely going to try and bring in David Silva, because it is his last game in the league for a Man City side that he's been such a great servant to. And to be fair, it's not like I'm probably going to break the top 100k. So it's a nice little send off to put David Silva into my side. We might also downgrade Jimenez to make that move possible, to upgrade Foden to Silva, but I'm also a bit suspect about having 3 Man United boys against Leicester City, because both teams are going to be playing to try and get in a Champions League spot, and I believe as long as there is a loss for Chelsea against Wolverhampton, I think a draw does see Leicester City go into the Champions League spot in 4th and Man United take 3rd. So it's going to be a tightly run contest. I'm not sure I really need 3 players, especially after what they did against West Ham, when I thought 3 players would benefit me, and it really didn't. So it's possible that a Man United boy like Fernandes might get downgraded to silver. Maybe I hope for Foden, Morris and Silva to absolutely go nuts against Norwich. But there is the chance that I do look for differentials elsewhere other than just David Silva. Players I am considering, I could go for a player that is playing for their survival. You've got Watford with the likes of Troy Deeney who could potentially do something. We have the likes of Bournemouth against Everton, and Everton haven't looked that impressive while Stanislas has come back and looked rather good. We also of course have Aston Villa playing against West Ham who are now safe, and Jack Grealish of course is the stand-up there, but David Trezeguet has looked decent as well. So maybe I could be tempted into making a bit of a punt alongside the likes of David Silva. Anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, again, please hit that like button, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Helps the channel out massively. Thank you guys so much for the support over this season as well. It's been a bit of a up and down season, especially as far as my performance has gone on YouTube, but you guys have been there for me. You've been loyal and it's really appreciated. So thank you guys so much for, even if my rank isn't amazing, another great season of making FPL content. With all that being said, make sure to put in the comments down below your best move of the season, because I'm just really interested to know what you think the highlight of your season was. I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.